Hi and welcome back to Yoga with Tim. I'm Tim and today I want to teach you about downward facing dog. Now this basic pose in Vinyasa Yoga is commonly confused with the intention of what we're getting at in the dog. So I just want to teach you the essence of the down dog and the common misalignments in the pose. So the first thing is that downward facing dog, we're trying to create an inverted V shape, so that my hips are the apex of the pose and my arms and my legs are helping to elongate my spine. Now, if you're tighter in your hamstrings, you might need to bend your knees to get the hips to lift up. If you're tighter in your shoulders and in your chest, you might need to elevate your hands with something like blocks to get that same sensation, or even what I start beginners with is I have them just stand with their hands at the wall making an L shape to get their chest open. That's people with very tight shoulders and chest. It's actually not appropriate to do down dog. If you're trying to do a downward dog and you're very tight in your upper back and your shoulders and your chest, all you're going to be doing is creating more tension, so it's counterproductive. So just looking for the essence, that V shape or the L shape at the wall. So I would highly encourage you to look in a mirror, have a family member or friend take a picture of you to see if what you think is an inverted V is actually an inverted V. Now the second thing that I wanted to teach you is when people are trying to get that inverted V shape, they often try to push their chest to the ground if they're really tight in their shoulders, which is another misalignment cheat that will only end up creating more tension in your neck and in your shoulders over time. So in fact, I'd like you to practice doing the opposite. If you could come onto your knees with me and take your arms straight out in front of you, try rotating your biceps towards the ceiling, but then opening up into the space between your blades. A great way to feel this will be once we put the hands down onto the mat. So let's try that now. Put your hands down onto the mat and then sink into your shoulder blades. Like let your chest drop to the floor. And this is what people are doing in the down dog that I don't like. And then I want you to spread your shoulder blades. So open up that tension in between your blades across the back of your neck, spread it out through your hands. Now it's not that you're fully rounding, but there should be space for your upper back. Now maintaining that space, press into your hands, lift your knees, and then slowly start to stretch back halfway. See if you can still rotate your biceps out. Spread from the bottoms of the shoulder blades out to the sides, and then let them reach towards the pinkies without your inner shoulder blades coming up into your neck. Grow your spine, then let your head start to drop down. And keep that rotation in your arms. Don't let yourself sink. Keep the arms strong, push into the hands. And then set your knees back down. So keep practicing that. Instead of the sinking one, when you try to sink your chest towards the floor, I'll show you what it would look like. All it does is do this. And then what ends up happening is people are thinking like, oh, I'm getting super deep into it, but all you're doing is creating all this tension here, and it's really hard on your shoulder over time. It's bad for your shoulder, and it just creates really bad habits for when you're balancing on your hands. And then when people go to do a thing like handstand, they end up injuring themselves because they learn this sloppy downward facing dog. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you learned something, or if you just enjoyed it, hanging out with me, hit the like button. Leave a comment below if you have any questions about what we discussed and what you'd like to see in the future for future tutorial videos. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and click the notification bell so that you don't miss any future videos. And it's the best way to support the channel. And I really appreciate your guys' support and all of your feedback. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.